Wait, before I go, does anyone have the photoset of the frog that looks like this? Deleting your paragraph to text back okay equals growth. Deleting your one-word reply to type out how you actually feel in a constructive and honest manner equals growth. Not wasting your energy on someone/something that isn't worth it equals growth. Realizing something is important to you and actually taking the to address it instead of brushing it off and not communicating effectively equals growth. We are feeling grown in this chillest tonight. The process of increasing imp physical size equals growth. B. Things I made very stoned and don't remember doing. The Great Gatsby. 'Tis the season we retell the story of threatening a rich man with his own death in order to get him to pay his employees livable wages and not hoard money. Never lose the holiday spirit. 264 people follow you. A darkened auditorium with 264 silent people in the seats. On the stage, me, sitting on a stool, lit by a spotlight, the only light in the theater. I hold up a photo of my cat. 10 people applaud. 2 or 3 hold up photocopies of the same photo. The rest do nothing. Watching. Waiting. I love this description of Tumblr. I'm horrified by the amount of YouTube tabs that are open. I always thought that Michelin was like a prestigious international society of food critics, but they're a fucking tire manufacturer. I like how they were like, well, there aren't many cars around, so to get them to buy more tires, let's publish a tour guide to France so people travel more and use up their tires. Over time, they started to incorporate restaurants worth visiting on their tours and even sent out anonymous inspectors to gather information to rate them. And now over 100 years later, they made a notoriously grumpy world-renowned chef cry because his restaurant lost 2 stars in a rating system that 2 dudes made up to sell more tires. They became a world-renowned food criticism magazine on accident. What is your all-time favorite chart? This one still gets me. Kangaroo gets more bounce than he bargained for on a trampoline. My head hurts from laughing at this so hard. What happens to all your teen angst when you're 20? Like, where does it go? They diagnose it as anxiety. Rename communion wafers to Jesus. Finally, a petition I can get behind. At least 2 of the disciples are behind it too, apparently. I found a new way to generate landmasses for your D&D games and TRPGs or whatever else, fantasy series, etc. Now you may be familiar with the bean or D20 method, and it's a nice method, but I find it sometimes can be odd with its landmass and the beans can scatter too randomly. So I present you the tangerine method. Peel a tangerine, then use the pieces how they peel off, and arrange them into landmasses of your choosing as above, and voila, here's your new campaign world. Bonus, you get to eat tasty tangerine FOing it too. Nice method OP. Dumping rice and tangerine peels onto my desk, tears streaming down my face. Why isn't it working? Every movie is set in a world where that movie doesn't exist. Counter argument. Spaceballs. This is your daily, friendly reminder to use commas instead of periods during the dialogue of your story, she said with a smile. Unless you are following the dialogue with an action and not a dialogue tag. He took a deep breath and sat back down after making the clarifying statement. However, she added, shifting in her seat, it's appropriate to use a comma if there's action in the middle of a sentence. True. She glanced at the others. You can also end with a period if you include an action between 2 separate statements. Things I didn't know. This thread tickled me in my happy grandma spots. If cats knew what sin was, they wouldn't even care. I don't care either. F. Trigonometry. Unzips it up over myself. Nap time. Hash, is this the vampire version of a Sanagi? Impromptu coffin. Edward, what were you expecting? Coffins. Bella, staring at 7 vinyl body bags lined up on the floor, one of which clearly says Guxy in big gold lettering. Not this. Call me a killjoy, but I think that, because this is not my taste, no one else should be able to enjoy it. I'm screeching. I like how the Tumblr symbol is also over her picture on the wall. Cats in Middle Ages. Diligent, went to mass, contributed to society. Cats now. Feckless ingrates, atheists, too lazy to walk on hind legs. Gotta give it up for the working class cats of the 1500s. I will kill you. Basic threat, overused, lacks serious weight. Pee your pants. Up and coming, respectable, unexpected. I will pee your pants. Full of the promise of grief and terror, absolutely devastating. Your pants can't wait for my pee. And here we have it, the most terrifying sentence in the universe. Isn't the idea supposed to be, you saved my life, now I owe you a debt? Nope. Other way round. You saved my life, so now I'm your problem. If you don't like it, then kill me. God wanted me dead, now you get to find out why. In January 2014, it was revealed that Angry Birds was considered a leaky app and was used to collect data about its users, including their sexual orientation and location, by the NSA and GCHQ. This is the most surreal, most 21st century sentence I've ever read. No. How is Angry Birds collecting sexual orientation data? How do these birds know I'm gay? Bro, they fucking snitched on us. The birds work for the bourgeoisie. Bird watching goes both ways. My brain is fired. I mean fried. You know what? My brain is fired too. Collect your things. I've had it with your Clowns honk their noses to pump their blood because they got rid of their hearts long ago. I'm gonna fillet you like a fucking flounder. Tumblr mobile. When you even fucking breath in the direction of a hyperlink. Looks like you're going off site, Jimbo. Concept. One of those mediocre white boy learns the secrets of ancient martial arts movies, except the martial art in question is traditional Scottish kickboxing. The wise old mentor speaks with an indecipherable Highland accent and spends the whole film in a full kilt for no particular reason. I like the idea of a random Chinese kid whose plane goes down somewhere in Texas and he learns the cowboy arts and takes his whip, lasso and magic horse back to China to reclaim his parents' company. Daniel Radcliffe and Matthew Lewis at WWF in 2000. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone Cold Steve Austin. Anyway, that was a waste of my goddamn time. Now back to speedrunning. Me, after having sex. This beat is so loose and slummy. I love it, man. Doctor said this with their stethoscope held over my heart. I'm so bad at remembering the average age for baby milestones, like someone will be like she's 18 months and I'll be like, right, what can she do? Teeth? Are there teeth? Stats. I just saw a kid yell F off at the top of his lungs and then his phone started ringing, so he picked it up like 2 fucking milliseconds after it started ringing and said hi mama in the softest goddamn voice I've ever heard. I love crested geckos because they have the expression of an animal who has exactly one brain cell that dings around their skull like a Windows screensaver. One time my brother said that emotion wasn't interesting/good and it was too repetitive, and I've never considered murder seriously until that moment. He turned it off mid-album and I haven't forgiven him since. I didn't realize that you meant the iconic Rae Jepsen album, and I just assumed he was talking about the human experience of emotion. Psychic. Reads my mind. My mind. Ernie, god of torment, has trapped his friends in 4 different dimensions, dooming them to a lifetime of isolation and madness.